We have to close the eyes and sit comfortably and start attuning the mind to the breath. Then what happens? Then you start the journey. The journey from the visible to the invisible. Okay. This is a very simple journey. There are no complications. There are no technicalities involved. You just board the train yourself. Then the train will take you. You don't have to run inside the train. The train will take you. Whoever you are, whether if you are rich or poor, male or female, old or young, pandit or illiterate, the train doesn't care. Murderer, Hitler, or Mussolini or Mahatma Gandhi doesn't care. Whoever sits, it will take. Whether a good person or bad person, it doesn't care. You are sitting in the train will take you. So, my dear friends, I boarded this train 35 years back. Prior to that, I didn't know about this train. I was racking my brain. What is this invisible world? How can I go there? So many people have gone there. So how can I also make the journey? Then I stumbled upon this breath way. This is the breath way. Then I started about 35 years back. I happily made my journey here. From here, I came here. Anybody will complete this journey within 40 days. Understand? Anybody will complete this journey within 40 days. If you are at it. Jesus said, I fasted for 40 days. When he said fasted, the journey took him 40 days from here to here. Fasting, not of the this fellow, fasting of the mind. Meditation is fasting of the mind. Meditation is fasting of the mind.
Good morning. Good evening, friends. Welcome to the Saturday Masterclass. Today, we have an amazing person, Sridevi Sankar ma'am, who will be giving us her journey, taking us through her journey of meditation. I'm very blessed to be able to host this session and listen through her journey too. Before we go through, listen to her, let's do a 30 minutes meditation. Then we'll listen to her. And then we'll have about a 10-15 minutes for Q&A. You can ask her your questions. So let's start with the meditation, friends. Sai ma'am, you want to put the picture on how we do the meditation? So as shown in the picture, this is heart elevation. We'll first, put our hands on the heart, and then we will follow the guided meditation. There's a beautiful guided meditation by Chandra sir. You can follow that through. And then we will get into breath mindful meditation. When you get into breath mindful, all you have to do is sit in a very comfortable posture. Wherever you're sitting on a chair, or you can sit the way shown in the picture. Then clasp your fingers, place it on your laps, and then cross your feet at the ankle. Remove all the electronic items that you're wearing even before you start all of this, so you are free and you put yourself tight into the whole journey and enjoy your meditation. It's a beautiful morning for us, and it's a beautiful evening for a lot of you. Let's enjoy today. Thank you. And let's go into meditation.
Dear friends, dear masters, with your specs removed, eyes closed, keep your hands in your chest area. And resting your attention on your sacred heart. Can you feel your beautiful heart? Feel the center of all emotions, nurturing all life. With its higher vibration of love, compassion, kindness, gratitude. Can you recollect an experience from your past? Or simply imagine to be living an experience of higher emotions of love, deep joy, gratitude. Relive that moment and feel that energy. The more you experience this higher emotions and energy of love, compassion, the more coherent you become. With all things and everyone. We are all deeply interconnected. Deep inside, we are specks of energy connected to each other. Elusive self. to direct this energy, to spread this energy to everyone and everything on this planet, to help them elevate themselves. Where your attention goes, there your energy flows. Feel. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation with your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in breath and the out breath. We are going into powerful group meditation, dear friends. Observe your natural in breath and the out breath. When you observe your breath, becomes empty. The mind is becoming empty. We experience greater emptiness. That calmness inside of you, all around you. It is natural to have thought. When you recognize your thinking, go back to observing your breath and allow yourself to go into the deeper states of calmness, emptiness. As the mind is becoming empty, all the liberated energy is channelized into the present moment. Your body begins to function at its natural best. You develop greater power of thought. yourself to experience that emptiness, calmness inside of you, all around you. Become aware of that calmness, stillness within you as you merge into your breath. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum field of limitless dimensions, the field of infinite possibilities. The more you are with it, the more you tune in to the abundance of healing energy. Empower energy. That energy of love, that energy of the mystic, or whatever you can become aware of. Plunging to this emptiness of no body, of no thing. Less matter, more emptiness and energy. As the mind is rested, you move away from this matter, your body. You experience that emptiness, energy, the feel of all connection, the field of all wisdom. The more you are in this calmness, emptiness, the more insightful you become, the more connected you become. Merge into the emptiness of yourself, your divine self. Receive your greater mind, that awareness. the more you are with it, the more you experience your intuitive intelligence. The more you develop that acceptance, and the more effortless life becomes. Friend, it's truly a privilege to be experiencing this life, to be exploring consciousness for a greater life at this time of history. Many are not so blessed. Can you express gratitude to everything and to everyone? Be grateful to this intelligent universe. To your parents, to your teachers, to your mentors. Deep gratitude to yourself, to your body. Give thanks to this nature, the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom. Gratitude to all the people in your life, to everyone. To everything, the technology, the system, the company, the governments. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. And then you open your eyes.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I'm still in the trance of my bliss. I had a great meditation, and I am sure you all had too. Thank you so much. I'll take a quick minute to introduce Sridevi ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. It's such an honor having you here today. It'll be great to listen to you. Sridevi Sankar ma'am works with the University of Wisconsin Division of Extension for a statewide nutrition program. She coaches and mentors nutrition educators and teaches youth and adults about making healthy choices. She lives in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, with her lovely family, her husband, mother-in-law, and three boys. She has been practicing meditation for over 20 years. It has been an amazing journey since then with transformation in personal and professional life. Sridevi ma'am volunteers with Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation and also serves as a board member and CFO for Buddha CEO USA. She also volunteers with Chandrasekhara Mahaswamy Pyramid Meditation Center near Vizag. So I wholeheartedly welcome you, and we'll be thankful to listen to you today. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Deepa ma'am, for the introduction. Hello, everyone. Happy morning to the people, friends in the West, and happy evening to the friends in the East. Thank you for the meditation, and thank you for having me here today to share my journey towards consciousness, like my meditation journey as a whole, with all of you. I'm so grateful to be here today. Is my voice okay for everybody? Awesome. Thank you, Deepa ma'am. So I would like to start off with like my gratitude to Patri sir, who taught us this simple yet profound meditation technique, which is our breath meditation, Anapanasati. I feel like that changed my life a lot, like inside out. And also, I'm grateful to Dr. GK, who introduced this meditation to our family at a time where we are completely lost. Like we are four siblings, and during my college years, we lost our brother like in a car accident. So my father, mother, and myself, like my two sisters got married at that time, but we were all of us like it's a huge shock for our family during that time. And so Dr. GK introduced during that time, and it changed our life so much. And I started meditation during my college years, but within 2 years after I graduated from college, I moved to US. I got married and moved to US. And moving to US again, like opened up a new chapter, and also like it's all like a new country, new family, like after getting married. And here coming, my husband's family, like we have a big joint family here. So my brother-in-laws, my co-sisters, we all live together. So that again, like taught me so many new things. And that's where meditation played a very crucial role to help me like navigate through these situations, like new things in my life. So when I read a couple, like, book reading, we all like emphasize so much, even in Buddha SEO, like we have book clubs. Book reading also, like, along with my meditation journey, helped me. And that's when I transformed into a vegetarian. Like, I read a book and I decided, like, we talk so much about love, kindness, and compassion. So, and then I became a vegetarian. What I believe through my meditation journey is when we start putting our effort, like sincerely, things around us change effortlessly too. Like people around us change. So I never asked my husband to be a vegetarian, or I never told anybody, like, forced anybody to like, oh, you be a vegetarian. My husband himself, like, after we got married, he himself became a vegetarian too. And then meditation, like I have three boys, like Deepa ma'am introduced. Now they're in college, they're big kids, but when I was pregnant with them, like, meditation, like I used to play the flute music a lot and listen to, at that time we had like audio cassettes of like, speeches of Patri sir, and I used to listen to them a lot. And especially like, when you are like a little getting down a little bit, like, about yourself, like being away from my family, that meditation, what it did is like, it helped me connect with my inner self. When we start going within, our outer is taken care of. Like it's just a key, like, you like go to your inner self, connect with it, then things get much more easier to you. Like, whenever I encounter a problem or a challenge, now I wouldn't call it as a problem, I would call it as a challenge, which will help us like grow more. So whenever I encounter a challenge, whether it can be personal life or professional life, I sit for a few minutes, like, for meditation and just connect with my inner self. It just guides me. And I do not get any experiences during meditation. Like I never had any, like I know I've hear people saying some beautiful experience, but I've never had any experience. But what I experienced is after meditation, or like, the situations around me, how they change without me putting any extra effort to change somebody or some situation. So like in US, like when I also wanted to share like how I got into my profession. So I did undergrad in nutrition and diet, like, in India. But when I moved here, I want to be in that role. Like I was trying to like go into nutrition field here. But when I applied to a job and I was doing internships too, I always wanted to be a registered dietitian here in the US. And I interned at a hospital, a nursing home, but something like within me did not connect well. Like, it did not connect with me. Like, I was not enjoying as much as I thought. But the last internship, I ended up with like a community nutrition program, like with the university extension. And that's when like things started changing for me. I really enjoyed what I was doing. We go out to the community, we teach kids and adults about like making healthy choices. And it's like just like a fun job. I thought like, I need to get a job here. But the first time I applied, I did not get selected. And second time, they said like, we really like everything about you because I interned there, but you do not have enough experience to join our team. And then that's the time like I thought like, okay, maybe I did not give up within myself, but I had to travel to India during that time. My grandfather passed away, so I came to India. And Pyramid Valley International, like I used to like visit Bangalore Pyramid Valley International with my family. That's when I got an opportunity there. They had like some children camp going on. So my brother-in-law, so he said like, how about you volunteer here at Pyramid Valley? And that time my boys were really young. So I thought like, I don't know if and my husband didn't come with me at that time. So I'm like, I don't know if I can manage with 3 kids and like volunteering. But this is where service comes into place. And my mom was there with me, my mom and another aunt. She was helping. Both of them said, how you go and volunteer, we will help you take care of the kids. And they were in Pyramid Valley with me. And then I got this volunteering opportunity as a pyramid mother. They call it as a pyramid mother, like to the children camp. And then I was like taking care of this group of kids. They are like elementary school kids. That was an amazing opportunity for me to go there and interact with the kids. And when I came back, I put that also in my resume. This in my same office again. The third time, third time is the charm, they say, right? So the third time again, an opportunity opened up. So I applied for the role again, and then I got the job. So it felt so happy for me. Like when we start doing service, it just like you can attract things that what you want. And then when I started my role in like the university extension, everybody around me, like I'm the only one from India, and like I work with like diverse cultures, like people from like other countries and other cultures. So but I'm the only Indian there. And I thought like, how do I because I'm a vegetarian, and when we have these huge potlucks or events at work, like telling them like, oh no, I'm a vegetarian. In the US, like if you're a vegetarian, people do still eat egg. So I said like, no, I don't eat egg. things started shifting slowly. Like, people started accommodating me. Like, they said, hey, we made these eggless cookies for you because I know you don't eat. So I never asked them to do that. Like, that's so kind of them to do that. But what I want to say is, when you put that one step forward, universe puts 9 steps towards you to make your efforts easier. And so that's about my job, that, like, how I got into the role. And I've been in this role for like almost 16 years, and thoroughly enjoying it, as much, like, interacting with people and going into the communities. And my meditation journey took another leap when I got associated with Buddha's Your Quantum Foundation in 2020. I think we started around that time. Like, I volunteered as a facilitator to one of the groups that they started doing this like 40-day flagship meditation program. And during that time, I was a little hesitant. I do meditation. I used to tell my friends and family, but interacting with the wider group at a global level, right? People started, participants are from different countries, and like, so I'm like, oh, how am I going to manage it? Again, like, sitting in meditation, and then like that 40-day meditation program and interacting with the participants taught me so many things. Whenever they ask a question, I would do a little bit more research to answer that question, even though I know some of them, but it just helps me learn more and more, and help me grow. And another thing is like volunteering for the book clubs. I used to read books, but not at the pace where I should be. So book club volunteering also helped me, because when we start like reading a book for ourselves, it's one thing. But if you have to explain that book to somebody else, you need to go a little bit more deeper, and also listening to the perspectives of everybody in the group. Like, hey, this is what I thought when I read about this. I would talk about Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, because that book changed my life when I like when I was in this job search. Like, that book, like the 7 virtues they talk about, self mastery, that that book is like mostly about, emphasizes about inner growth rather than like the outside, like material wealth. Now, I'm not saying material wealth is not important. It's yes, we have to enjoy our life, but it talks so much, it emphasizes so much about our inner growth. And in that, they talk about self mastery, where about our thoughts, like, thoughts create our reality. Like, now being in our 40-day program, Chandra sir speaks so much about, like, thoughts and emotional intelligence. So thoughts, when you, let's say, I'm going to give an example of a garden, right? When you're gardening, when you have a weed in your garden, immediately you pull it out because you want your plants to grow rich, and you want the flowers to bloom, or the fruits or vegetables that you're trying to grow. The same with our mind, right? What thoughts are we planting in there? Are we doing like negative thoughts, disastrous thoughts? Are we doing positive and miraculous thoughts? So those things really help us. Like, meditation helps us, like, create that self awareness. Even till today, with several years of meditation practice, sometimes I do get, like, thoughts. I'm like, oh, can I do this or can I not do this? Immediately my awareness reminds me, like, I replace it with the thought, I am miraculous, I can do it, all is well. And that, I replace it immediately with a positive or a miraculous thought. People might think like, oh, is it going to work? It is going to work, it is going to do miracles for sure, but we have to trust the process. And sometimes, when we say trust the process, we cannot expect the results overnight. Like somebody, like, changing a person, or like, if you're having a conflict with a person at work or at home, what we think is like, oh, because of that person acting to me like this, my emotions are triggering. But how is, like, are we taking the ownership for their for whatever they are doing for us? We need to think about, like, what is this person trying to teach me? That's what meditation again, like, comes into place, where it says, when a challenge is coming in front of us, instead of saying like, why am I experiencing this kind of challenge, if we can ask a question, what is this situation trying to teach me, things get much better. Then you start thinking from your point of view, like, what can I do to change the situation? Like, how can I improve myself? How can I evolve myself? And that comes with like regular practice of meditation, listening to people's experiences, and then also like reading books. Reading books is like so important for all of us. At least if we read like one page per day, it just like changes our life so much. Like, or listening to like a audio book if we are like on a long drive. I know when I like go to work in the morning, like I always try to listen to either like a speech or a book on my way to work, because that helps me start my day well. And that's where like affirmations like came into place into my life. Affirmations like Louise Hay. I'm not sure how many of you read Louise Hay's I Can Do It. Like, no, you can heal your life. But she also has an audio called I Can Do It. Listening to that over and over again, it talks about like, if you have a thought, like a negative thought, immediately how you can say to yourself, that's an I'm replacing that thought with this miraculous thought. I no longer carry that. So you can say that to yourself and make up your own affirmations. Till today, I do, like when I see the sunlight out, I say, thank you, sun, for making my positive quality shine as bright as your sunlight. Just making up your own affirmation that makes you feel self motivated and start your day with much more positive attitude. So another thing is about service. We talk so much about service, right? And there are three things that I would like to share today. Maybe some of you might have heard this, like, Shravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasanam. Shravanam is listening, right? When you listen to that, like, meditation is important, like make it a part of your life. And then practicing it, like, Mananam, like, you're implementing it. And then Nididhyasana, you're applying it in your life. How am I, like, I know like meditation we be with our breath, but how am I handling my 23 hours? Like, if I'm doing an hour meditation, is it just I'm only calm during that time, or am I calm during my other 23 hours of my day? So how am I handling that? That's a very important thing. And then comes service. Like, service to others is service to yourself. So when I got the opportunity in here in US, like Buddha CEO US chapter opened up, I was asked to, like, be on the board and, like, serve as a CFO. Initially, I was a bit hesitant because, finances were not my strong area. But again, I thought, like, okay, maybe this is an opportunity for me to explore more and learn more things in my life. So I accepted it. And with along my other two board members, Karthik sir and Ramesh sir, they're very helpful. So we started, like, the US board is running very well. And now we have a retreat, a meditation, advanced meditation retreat coming up when Chandra sir is like having his US tour, during his US tour. So all these opportunities, when situations come to you, like somebody asks you something like, come take this class, or like, tell meditation to this like group. I know we have our inhibitions of like, oh, can I say this or can I not say this? But when you step out of your comfort zone, it just helps you grow much more like efficiently. And even at work, like, now we do like weekly twice meditation. I asked at my work, can I have, when Chandra sir came here, we had a session in our workplace. So I requested in our work, like, can I have space for like doing meditation, like, holding the meditation space for like weekly twice. And they said, yeah, go ahead and do it. And then people, like, they are so much interested. Not that I have like 20 or 30 people. Sometimes I have only 2 people. Sometimes I have like 6 people. But I just open up that space for like 15 minutes twice a week. And then we all like sit and meditate. And then, like, after work, people say, I've heard so many positive comments. They say, like, when you started holding this space, it's really helping us during our day. And if I forget to send the meditation calendar, they remind me. They say, like, oh, you forgot to send us this week. Like, when are you going to like hold the meditation space? So like when things within change, things around you change. And it's important, like, meditation, book reading, and sharing experiences, the Sajjan Sangatya. Like, what group are we interacting with? Are we taking the news? Like, now there's so much going on, like, in India or in US, like globally, you open up social media or like anything, right? Like, there's so much of things that are going around. Even for our office right now, last few weeks has been uh, a very challenging situation because of, like, all these, they talk about these budget cuts, and like, they say like we don't know what's going on to our office, like, whether we are going. But there is a youngster in our office, he works with me and I coach him. He came to me, like he said, like, I'm really afraid right now, like how things are like evolve, like going. I don't know if I'm going to have my job. I said, we have been through this kind of situation several times. But what we have to think as an individual, like, am I going to change that situation, or am I going to be peace at with myself? So when I was talking to him, I said, like, if there is something that you can change, yes, if you worry like 24 hours, 7 days a week, yeah, please do it. Like, if the situation is going to work out. But if you know it's not going to help you or the situation, then why to worry? Like, why can't be like with our like inner self, like, everything is going to work in its best way. Out of this situation only good comes out. Like, when we start saying those positive affirmative statements to ourselves, we just feel much more better. Like, instead of like, I wouldn't say like, I sometimes worry, like, I'm a being a mom as my of 3 kids. Sometimes I worry too, like immediately, but that's where my self-awareness comes in. They say, like, they are always divinely guided, and I tell those affirmations even for my kids. So those things helped in my life so much. So what I would like emphasize more is like regular practice of meditation, especially like, morning and evening. If you can spare time and do that regular practice of meditation and book reading and listening to people's experiences. What might be go outside, like, like when I said I was applying for the job, I got my job during recession time, actually. Like, that was like back there was like a recession too. So I did not trust that, like I did not think like, oh, it's recession, am I going to get a job? I just put my effort. And then even now, like when people say some things that are happening around, that might be true for some people but not for me. So we need to keep saying that, and it just gives us makes us much more confident, and also makes us be peace with ourselves. So I don't know how it's at, like we are at 8:10. So I'm going to stop there, and then maybe if you have any questions or any comments.
Very insightful, ma'am, listening to you. Very, it's like you're giving the tips that keeps us going on in this journey without having any pitfalls, right? At times I myself, I'm probably here for about a year, doing meditation, and there's so many times that I completely drop, and then again I pull up myself. I have to fight through to get and start meditating or continue through that. Sometimes it feels like too depressing with silence, and in a time when you don't have work, it feels all the more like too silent, too hollow, and a bit of depression too. And it feels like you need a little bit of noise to be able to deal with the day. Then I listen to Louis Hay and all of gives a little. Genuinely, I have seen whenever I have fallen and feel a little depressing. Sometimes the weather too, with too cloudy, too rainy, makes you like too depressing. And those kind of audios, they are the affirmations that come there, the way she not just Louise Hay, other great audios. And one of our the sessions that Chandra sir also does, right, where he talks about I pick up one of the ones from YouTube and start listening to it. Gives a lot, pulls me through that situation, and I'm back on track a little bit. Yeah, you're so very well said. Thank you so much. These are some things that we have to tricks for us to keep continuing and maintain our consistency. Yeah, very, very well said. Very well said.
Thank you, Deepa.
Sure. Masters, if you have any questions, please um, let me know. I can unmute you. You can raise your hand. I'll probably, on behalf of few, if I may ask you, how would you suggest that that we there are times that you feel you're not getting what you want. I have attended number of 40-day sessions, Amrit programs. Times feel like it's just dragging. It's not it's not whatever everybody is experiencing. I too did not have any experiences, but it feels nice. After that, I am in a good form. After that, I would say myself, I'm able to speak much better. How do you suggest that we experience what other people are experiencing, and how to get there? What is that is lacking between what you consistently do, truthfully do, still not able to break through?
Yeah, thank you for bringing that question because, like I said, like for past few weeks, like whatever I'm going through my like work or like, I think we all like experience that kind of thought, like, why am I not able to, even when people started sharing experiences, I used to think in my beginning stage, like, why am I not getting those kind of experiences? But what I would say is like, your journey is different than my journey. So I cannot be Deepa and you cannot be Sridevi, right? We all come here for their own purpose. Like your purpose might be different than mine. So if I start comparing my life to your life, then maybe I would never like, be able to be happy with myself, right? So it's like, and it comes like because we are all human beings, right? At one point it triggers us like, why am I not able to like get what I want in my life? Why is it such a struggle when it's easy for some people? We think it's easy, but we don't know their struggles, right? I can only see the background. Now you are like, I see the beach and the coconut tree. I'm like, oh, Deepa ma'am is like, I know it's a virtual background, but when you see from the outside, other people's life looks so wonderful, but we don't know what their underlying struggles are. But what I understand from my experiences or like, we just have our own journey, but we have to accept the journey and be happy with what we have. It's not easy. I would say it's not easy, but regular practice of meditation, that's where, and it keeps us grounded. This is my journey. Like, when like I said, I do not have any experiences, but I know my purpose of life. Sometimes I feel like vegetarianism. That's where, like, whenever I have an opportunity, I share about that because, um, it just like gives me like this is my purpose in this life, that I have to spread vegetarianism, like talk about that. So whenever get a chance, I do it. But just to like quickly, one thing I forgot when I shared is like when you told about GCML that happened this past February. I wanted to come, and my husband, when I was asking my husband to, he said, like, I'm not sure about my schedule. So if you want to go, please go ahead and join because I know you will really enjoy. And they had the trip after that for Himalayas. I was like having this strong intent that I wanted to go. You won't believe like how things unfolded, that we were able, my husband and I both attended GCML and the Himalayas, like a family wedding. My sister-in-law's son's wedding got fixed, so we came like unexpectedly. Everything worked out and I was so happy. Like we just have to have that strong intent, and we have to clear in what we are asking. Sometimes we complain about what we don't, but ask what you want, and then gratitude, like having that gratitude and thanking for the things ahead of time. Thanking for, like if you want something, like thank you so much for having that, and then that feeling that while how you feel if you have it makes quickly move things towards you, whatever you want. But like I said, your journey is different than mine, and we just have to trust the process. I hope I answered your question.
You did, yeah. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Neena ma'am, you want to?
Yeah, I just wanted to say something. I said that for the first time, I came to know about this Buddha Foundation in this global meditation which happened in New Delhi. And my husband goes to all the meetings and everything, but I'm a housewife and I have never attended any such thing. But the experience was so great, and means I do meditation at home, and I follow a meditation path, and I do japa and all those things. So this was like as if, God sent me an opportunity to learn something which to progress on the path which I was already, on. And matlab, it came from the blue. I did not know anything about it. And when I met the people over there, they were so helpful and so good to me that it seemed like they are my family, like I don't even know them, and they are I am not even hesitating to ask them anything, and they are helping me and telling me and answering all my questions and removing my doubts. And then they even asked me to come here to the pyramid in New Delhi, but I've not been there as yet, but I want to go there. But the only thing is that, yeah, what she said is that you should ask the right questions. So maybe I still don't know how to ask the right question, so I have to learn that. That is what I was thinking when I was listening to what she was saying. That I still have to learn how to ask the right question, maybe. Then maybe I will be able to, somehow walk or increase my speed.
No, I'm glad you are like thinking about that. Like, that is a very important point that you brought up. Like, we need to know how to ask.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many of you know about Abraham Hicks. She talks about, like, she has a book called Ask and It Is Given. So she talks about, like, vibration. We always have wanted to ask like something. Like, sometimes I'm like, I think about my kids, like, I want them to be, but we are asking it, but are we feeling it? Like, is our vibration to that level? But how do we increase our vibrations? Like, when we need a clearer mind, where our mind has to be empty.
Yeah, that is what I want, that it should be synchronized. Like what I am thinking inside and what I am thinking in my brain, they should be, coincide together.
Yes, the brain heart coherence, right? Like, I know Chandra sir does that meditation too. So what we are thinking here, and we need to feel that with our heart, right? We need to feel it. Because feeling works much more efficiently. If you're even thinking it, but you're not feeling about it, things would not come the way you want it. So the feeling is another important thing that we have to feel. How do you feel if you are given that whatever you are asking for? Like, what are you going to do? How are you going to apply it into a service? Like, if you get some, like, let's say if you're asking for like money, this is an example, but like, what am I going to do with that money if I get it? I'm going to use some for myself, but I'm going to donate to this like service, or like, that is helping this people. Like, so what are the things that you are going to do when you get that into your life? Whether it can be job or like, or your health, anything. But they say like, ask what, but what we say, oh, we shouldn't say, I don't want to be sick. We can say, I'm having I'm not even I want to, I'm having a perfect healthy body. So those are the affirmations we keep saying to ourselves. It just like brings our spirits up high for sure.
Yeah, like today's this meeting also, today morning only I saw the message, and then I put it in my alarm, 5:55, so that at 6 o'clock I should be there. So it is like I sometimes I feel like it is I had to communicate with you, and so maybe I got this chance. And like now you have taught me how to ask, how to synchronize my heart and my brain, and ask the right question and feel it, that I already have it. Feel that, have that feeling. So that is what I sometimes feel, that the 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 being, or the stronger vibration, whatever is there, which is controlling us. If we really want something, it provides us all those answers through whichever medium it might choose to. So thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, Neena ma'am. It's beautiful. So, how we talk instead of being in a forum, taking ourselves to be able to ask and speak right. This informal, casual way of being involved
Yeah.
is beautiful, very beautiful.
The
It
best thing
breaks
about
through all the stress that is, should I speak? Can
the
I
best
ask?
the best thing that I find in this is that when everybody is they are as if vibrating in the same mode. So you don't feel as if you're talking to a stranger, a person I have never met before. You feel like, अरे ये तो मेरी sister बहन जैसी है. You feel like hugging, and that itself removes half the stress. When you think that there is somebody else also for me.
Yes.
Yeah, even I felt the same, Sridevi ma'am. You made it feel like we're all know each other for a while, and listening to you as if you're right in front of me. I've always, I've been asked to volunteer so many times, but I've always I feel it could be a distraction with the video on, and I want to do that meditation at that point of time, right? So I wouldn't come forward for volunteering, thinking it could be a distraction. I might not have the, joy of doing meditation. But today is the first time I facilitated this session, and I'm very, very grateful, for myself and for all of you to be able to make it so beautiful for me today. And I was able to meditate. I meditated so well. I wasn't sure. There was a teeny bit of stress in the beginning. Did I say all the things right and stuff? But when I started meditating, I was there. Not normal days when I off my video and still do also, I'm not probably doing, following all the stuff, and there's so many thoughts, but it was so calm and nice. And then after listening to you, it is a complete bliss. Thank you so much with
Thank
all
you.
my heart.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
If anybody else wants to ask, please let me know. Otherwise, we can wind up this session today. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll see you again in the next week masterclass. Have a nice long weekend. Happy meditating.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
Shri.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to